winter weather. Ice pellets. Bad. Oh, who am I kidding? What difference is it gonna make? Whew, boy am I glad I'm not a combining man anymore. Holy! So yeah, talk about a win-win. Those bales that we made out of all the short corn that didn't amount to anything because it was so dry last year, and so it ended up getting overtaken with the kochia. We made smaller bales and we wrapped them. Well, these cows love it. So for those wondering, will they eat it? Will they eat that kochia silage? This is all you have left over. And I'm not really making them finish the bales off. They just get down to that point and then I give them a new one and they will dig through this stuff and get what's left over. Because as you can see, it's a bit of kochia, some of the corn stems. But yeah, so they've eaten the most of it. Probably fully 3/4 of the bale's eaten. And they just kind of pick through what's left over. So yeah, they're happy. And like I said, it would either just go to waste. Here's a little jetter. We're letting Jet run with the calved heifers for this year, so she'll run to these ones' bull. She's earned it. There's Leia. Leia with no ears. So yeah, they're tying right into it. So yep, Verdon Ag Rental, bale wrapper, saves the day. So what are we doing today, Piper Doug? So, most cattle operations that are not like 300 or 400 head calving out tend to put their bulls out close to the end of May, start of June. It's the same as us. So what we need to do is we need to process our heifers because we haven't sold any of last year's heifers. So we are going to be setting up the crush at the back of our pens compared to where we were when we let the steers go. The reason for that is it's not, you can't get into where the crush was in the summer or springtime anyway with cattle trailers. We will be pouring concrete there eventually. That way we'll be able to do this anytime, but for now what we end up having to do is, while we bang and clang our way around the bale yard, is at the back of the pens. I don't know if, I can't remember if we showed last year doing this, but at the back of the pens down there's an opening. So we set this crush up at the opening and then we set the panels back there. And we'll sort the 20, which we already, me and the family, we already had a powwow and figured out who stays out of all the favorites. So we will sort out the ones that stay and they will come into this pasture with Lamar, our heifer bull. And the ones that don't stay will go straight onto the trailers and go up the road to our buyer. Right now, the market's pretty good. They're talking about towards the end of the year, the markets are supposed to really swing up because there's a lot of people talking about shortfalls. So many animals were sold over the last 12 months that there's going to be people looking for animals, which I don't mind. So yeah, we go down the back road here, in there, to there. I'll bring you back. Okay, I almost forgot to film this part. So, because we are only, there's only 40, what have we got in here, 42? Because we're only shipping 3 trailer loads, well, 3 small trailer loads, 22 heifers to our buyer. It's not that big of a job, so we only need 1 panel for sorting, then the funnel panel, and then this is just sort of the catch area. So next week when we get the go ahead to start hauling, we'll put the bales in, and then this gate right here closes this off. I know it looks really big, but that's 16 feet exactly, because that's what those are. So yeah, the way we do this, the old work smarter, not harder. And then you get one of these. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, how this works is you can come in, grab 2 or 3, like right there. Well, all the reds stay, that's a given. There's only 5 of them, but they all stay. Like Maisie here, this is Daisy May's kid. Maisie Day. So basically what we'll do is, in the funnel we have a bale ring, and then that way you can either have 2 people in here or you bring in a small gate. The calves are used to going around it so they don't get scared of it. Either side, if you put it perfectly. So yeah, they're not scared to come around here. So then once you trap them in here, you can grab the 2 or 3 or whoever you want. Like there's another one that's staying. That's Ghosty's kid. So yeah, like I said, we get into the funnel. Of course, these guys are going to run the opposite direction because they think I'm chasing them. There is going to be that gate, or a gate like that one, here, sitting like that. So it'll be like open that way, so we push them in, gate comes back. And then there probably will be another gate off of this post here. Oh, there's Jetstar's kid, another one that's staying, I know. It goes on and on and on, staying. I'll let you go by. So okay, you won't be coming into this funnel at all there, Mrs. Magoo. So yeah, there'll be another gate here. So we'll push them in. Like I said, it might be a little bit of a tough squeeze to get 11 in the trailer, because there's a 16-foot trailer. To do 2 loads up the road, so probably we'll just split up into 3 loads and make it more easy. So, and there's another one that's staying. Oh, that looked as bad as that sounded. Honestly, it amazes how cows can do that. They can just empty their guts at will. They don't have to go to a Mexican restaurant or eat sushi from a gas station. They can just pour that out. That's just weird. Anyway, so yeah, this is another one of the stayers. Her mom is a really good cow. We think she's one of the Duchess line, but we don't know for sure because the mum lost her tags and the records, we couldn't track the records to figure it out. It's not really all that important. We're not into genealogy as far as beef cows. I did that with the family back in Scotland in the dairy farm, Holstein pedigree, all that stuff. I'm not interested in that stuff. I like the cows. I like cows for cows, and I like cows for cash, and we'll just leave it at that. So, really good stock. She's a really nice heifer by herself. You're definitely not staying because you're one of those little miniature summer calves. I'll just leave it at that. Actually, we think this is the calf that came off of that 1-year-old heifer that calved last year. If whoever's watching this, all 1 or 3 of you, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back just over a year. Actually, it might be almost exactly a year. We had one of these last year, this group, not these exactly ones, but last year's this group calved at a year old. I still don't understand the sheer science of that, but it happened. Apparently it happens once in a blue moon. The mum, she's actually out there and she did not carry this year. I was told that would probably happen because of that. So she gets a freebie till next year, and then next year if she doesn't carry again, then we know she has to go, because obviously something went wrong. Anyway, rambling on again. This is the calf. Like, it was a later born calf and it was smaller. So yeah, it's a little bit smaller, like you can see there to there. But nothing wrong with the calf. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Healthy, you know, it'll put money in the bank just the same as all the rest of them, just not as much because there's not as much of it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm rambling on. Now, can you come out of here without getting all weird and stuff? I'm gonna squeeze as far over as I can. Go, just run. Oh my gosh, I'll bring you back. Anyway, back to where we were. So yeah, there'll be a gate here. This gate won't be here. So this will be like the final push alley. Last year we worked it off of this pen. This is where my brain starts going to mush. What I would really like to do, because this next year, putting a shelter in that pen for the newborns, because of these late winter storms that will have been just recently. For those really cold, heavy dumps of snow, we always get at least 2 or 3 of them every early spring, late winter. So I'm going to put a shelter in that pen, like one of those. I've probably talked about this already. So there will be a shelter in there. There probably is going to be one in that pen. But that will be a debate on whether we do that one, then that one, or that one, and then put shelters on these 2 pens like that. So that way we would have a nice big covered over area for the yearlings, and then in the shelter with the posts and the gates, we'll be able to set this up just with the gates. And that way when we go to do processing, we are doing it inside the building, and then this crush will just hook up to whichever pen that we're working with. And then that way the trailers bop up to the front there and then out and down the back road and then across, which will be that's the silage field, and down through the bale yards, because there's animals in that field there, and you can't come through the yard because it's still drying out at this time of year. So this is the next best thing. So but we have the 20 to keep. So what we're going to be doing is, if we can't keep any of them out as we're sorting into here and they end up coming in here, we're setting up this little side pen here so they can come out this way over the trailer. And that way, you know, even if it's half of them, there's room in there for 10. And then we'll sort them, and then we'll crack this gate open and let the girls back in here, because the girls are going to be in here first week of June, which is next week. Lamar, he's coming over here to meet the girls, and I would rather have them stay in the corral for the first week or 2 with Lamar, just to get settled before they come out here. Plus, I have a stretch of fence. I hope they can hear me. I have a stretch of fence down the back of the bales to replace that mesh wire, Cambridge wire we call it back in Scotland. That huge snowbank that was the height of those bales came down and it tore all that fence, so it's to replace. So that's where we're at. So hopefully next week there will be a video of us hauling out the heifers. As you can see in here, see if I can aim the camera right. This is the old ladies. These are the old girls that are on their last year. They won't meet the bull. They all have calves, so they will run the summer in here with their babies, and then weaning time off they'll go. I probably will at some point try and jimmy rig up some sort of a tarp sun shelter. The plan was to run these girls and calves through and into the faraway pen, into that shelter. At least that way they'll be out of the sun in the middle of summer, July, August time when it's really hot and sunny. That's the plan, but if not, I'll just build a shelter in here. Anyway, there's another keeper right there. I know. Keeping. And another one. 20 heifers is what we're keeping back to program. Okay, I gotta go and pick up the seed for said silage field. I'll bring you back. So, what's Piper dug up to now? Well, probably time to de-winterize the old dolly. Yeah, still don't have the slip tank fixed and put in there. I'm not in a real rush to do it, to tell you the God's honest truth. Because I don't doubt, and I strongly do believe we have lost diesel from the back of this truck sitting in the yard. Oh yeah, she's a good drying day today, boys. And you can hear the bobcat going, and it's not me. There's a college student, or should I say university student, over there somewhere. Oh, there he is. So yeah, Liam's piling poop. He was helping me set up the pan. As you can see in the earlier clip, we're setting up the crush to haul the heifers that we are not going to be breeding this year. So he was helping me set those corral panels and stuff. I'll show you that in a wee while. So I'm putting the summer shoes back on the dually. Yeah, like I really did like how the truck handled on the big singles. I think they came from like a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton. So I'll probably get new rubber put on those for next winter. But yeah, time to put the summer boots back on. Number one reason is tomorrow I'm heading to pick up our seed for the silage field out there. It's weird how you can't see out there. Huh, that's very weird. So yeah, the seed for that 85 acres out there, which is high producing alfalfa, straight alfalfa, and it's going to have green feed oats mixed into it. Well, I'll bring you back. Okay, so yeah, he just came in for extra marching orders. Anyway, so what I do, and it's just, I don't know, I've maybe covered this before on some other videos, and that's mainly for the cars. This one's a little bit different, but it should work just as well. So my little trick, I've talked about this before. I have a filter with a toothbrush. You know, if you need that little bit of lubrication on your teeth, just a little dip and scrub there. Otherwise, just paint the whole backing plate. This one doesn't matter too much because on the dualies it's a steel wheel that goes on the inside. But it does help with like rusting. Upside down you go. So I'll paint the rim, and then I'll paint this side, and then I'll also paint the back side of the aluminum rim. That's the one that really matters. I know you can get a gasket that goes on there, but I don't trust them. But yeah, I'll paint the back side of the aluminum that goes up against this, because that's the ones that get really stuck on there. Front rim particularly bad, but I'll get to that when I get to it. So yeah, I'm gonna paint this up, clamor on there, paint that, clamor on there, repeat. Hardly even felt it. Ride's a bit smoother though. Wish I could keep that stuff back there. Riding smooth as a smooth thing. So yeah, I didn't even get round to changing the front wheels. So yeah, this is a high producing alfalfa, straight alfalfa, mixed with these silage oats. So yeah, really keen to get that in the ground and see how it works. Jolly good. Oh look, it's raining again. Hey Bud. Daisy. Yeah, you're about as impressed as I am. Hi. So yeah, here's the lovely job. Roll up that big metal round bale of hell. So the plan is that there will be 4 strands of barbed wire on here, and I can't see if you can tell from here. No, I can't really tell. The power wire will be going up on top. I don't think I have any of the insulators here. Those square cheap ones will go in on top here with some bigger nails, because that'll be fine for up here. So the top strand of barb will be pretty much here where my hip bone starts, so they'll be here for barb. But what I was going to show you before I upload this video, yeah, I can start to see all the weeds. So I was hoping to get a good flush of weeds on here before I disc this field to get it ready for the silage. The bags that you'll have seen in this video of alfalfa and oats. So yeah, what I was going to show you is when you have like this sort of thing and you don't have like fencing pliers on hand, and I am famous for losing mine. I had a nice pair, lost them, bought a new pair, and I've lost them. So I have my claw hammer, and what I have is I've cut the corners off the claws, and that way when you're out here the points will fit into them like that. Let's see if I can film this and do it at the same time, like that. So yeah, just cut the corners off your claws. It doesn't distract away from the hammer anymore, because in there is where all of your clawing is going to be getting done. But putting a point on these helps you get in close to the staple. So yeah, that's my handy little tip. I'll get on with this and upload this video. So yeah, rained like a bugger last night. It's now sunny as anything. A bit of a breeze right now, but every so often it stops and the mosquitoes come out and eat the living crap out of me. And Liam's down there fixing a section of wall that the wind started tearing down. So he's got that lovely job to feed all the mosquitoes. It's almost time to go put the silage out to the cows. Put some bales to some of the cows there in the yard. And I'll get on with this. So yeah, sorry this video's taking so long. It's probably getting quite long now. That's what she said. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully some of you might get a little handy tip out of that. I'll see you in the next one. Tidy bye.